Welcome back, Conrad. Today is January 8th, 2020. I'm Amir.
And I'm Melly. We hope you all enjoyed the break. We did want to start out today's show by saying we are still in the process of setting up the studio, so pardon our set while we work on our finishing touches. But you know what they say, the show must go on.
In today's show, we will be talking about the movie Cats and the Iran bombings.
So stay tuned for today's episode of Total Recap.
Over the break, the U.S. had launched airstrikes on Iran, and one had struck a leader, killing one of Iran's top commanding officers, accusing him of plotting attacks on the U.S. Iran stated they are not trying to seek a war or escalate the problem any more than it already is, but this was deemed to be a lie, as yesterday a military base in Iran containing U.S. soldiers was bombed yesterday, taking no lives of American soldiers. Trump took to Twitter saying, "All is well," and that we have a strong, well-equipped army base, and that Iran can't afford a war. The president will be speaking today regarding the Iranian missile strikes yesterday.
Andrew Lloyd Webber had recently had his own play, Cats, come to life on the big screen, and musical critics were not enjoying the film. As the movie came out on December 20th, it had really bad reviews. The film was rated a 2.8 out of 10 by IMDb and also a rated 21% on Rotten Tomatoes. A writer from the Daily Telegraph, the newspaper, had given the movie a 1 star and stated that one scene, the only realistic way to fix cats would be to spay it or simply pray it never happened. This movie was a box office disaster, and it's not a surprise after hearing the reactions from the trailer back in July, with such people saying that the cat's CGI was very horrifying. People even took to Twitter and expressed how they felt about the trailer. Twitter user Jake Baldino tweeted, "This trailer made me hate my real cat. This musical movie flop can prove a point that maybe some musicals should stay on the stage and off the big screen."
We will now take it to a quick commercial break.
People always say that you are your own worst critic, but critic is just another word for judge. And when you're your own biggest judge, you can become your own jailer. Who are you for that matter? Well, that's up to you. Don't let the thing holding you back keep you from moving forward. By pushing forward, you can achieve anything you want, anything you believe in. And for that, it gives us hope. Hope towards redemption. Be the better you.
Be the better you. Be the better you. Be the better you. Be the better you. Be the better you.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Good afternoon, good people, and welcome back. I'm Gabe, your weather anchor for today. Today's high will have a 66 degrees and a low of 30 degrees, being partly cloudy. Tomorrow, the high will be 73 degrees and a low of 66 degrees and a 30% chance of storms. For Friday, we'll be having a high of 74 degrees and a low of 55 degrees and an 80% chance of storms. For Saturday, we'll be having a high of 55 degrees and a low of 34 degrees, being sunny. And finally, on Sunday, we'll be having a high of 57 degrees and a low of 46 degrees, being partly cloudy. Now for the fact of the day. The eye makes movement 50 times every second. We'll hand it over to our monthly sky update and our hallway update.
What's up for January? Morning meteors, Mars meets its rival, and the moon comes around for another visit with Venus. The early morning of January 4th brings the peak of the quadrantid meteor shower. This annual shower can be one of the better ones of the year, although it has a much shorter peak than most other meteor showers, just a few hours versus a day or two. The visibility of meteor showers from year to year has a lot to do with whether there's a bright moon in the sky at the time or not. This year, the moon will set soon after midnight local time, meaning viewing conditions should be good provided your local skies are not obscured by winter weather. Face toward the northeast between midnight and dawn to see as many as 24 meteors per hour under dark skies. And the farther away you get from city lights, the darker it'll be. So bundle up and be sure to give your eyes a little time to adapt to the dark, including a break from your mobile device, in order to see the maximum number of meteors. Mars rises before dawn during January with its rival, the red giant star Antares. The name of this star translates as rival to Mars in ancient Greek, and the star rivals the red planet's appearance to the unaided eye, both in color and brightness. In reality, Antares is way, way bigger than Mars. In fact, it's much bigger than the orbit of Mars. It's about 10,000 times brighter than our Sun, but it's also 16 million times farther away from us than Mars is. So, like all stars, even though it's really bright, it appears as just a tiny, flickering point of light in the night sky. You can view the pair low in the southeast about an hour before sunrise each morning. Near the beginning of January, Mars appears above Antares. As the days progress, the planet moves lower and to the east of Antares. They're joined by a slim lunar crescent on January 20th for what should be a very pretty grouping. And as we start 2020, NASA's looking forward to the launch of the Mars 2020 rover mission. It's slated to blast off in July to seek signs of ancient life in a fossilized river delta on the red planet. Closing out the month, the crescent moon and Venus once again make for a gorgeous sight at the end of January on the same day of the month as they did back in December. On January 28th, you'll find the pair hovering in the southwest in the hour or so after sunset that evening, so be sure to go out and take a look. Here are the phases of the moon for January. You can catch up on all of NASA's current and future missions at nasa.gov. I'm Preston Dykes from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and that's what's up for this month.
Start of the new semester and the opening of the downstairs remodel, there are a few things to remember in the halls. Make sure to keep things moving so that you can get to class on time. You may notice a few new additions to the halls. In the main building, there are some staircases labeled as up or down only. You may also notice the additions of some really cool furniture in the halls. It may look super comfortable, but it is not for you to use between classes. We can't wait to see all the cool ways the teachers decide to use it. So remember, keep it moving, walk and talk, don't use the hallway furniture during class change, and have a good semester.
For our first Insta poll of the year, we want to know, did you get everything you want for Christmas? Yes or no?
Make sure to check us out on Instagram at KTIG News to vote.
Well, those are all the announcements that we have for today. Don't forget to follow us on all social media at KTIG News.